When studying monohybrid inheritance, there are a number of golden rules that you should adhere to. Golden rule number 1. Always set out your genetic diagram with the following 5 subheadings. These are the subheadings here: parental phenotypes, parental genotypes, gamete genotypes. Remember, you should put a circle around the gamete genotypes to distinguish the fact that they are actually gametes. Then use a Punnett square to set out the expected F1 genotypes, and then state the expected phenotype ratio in that F1 generation. Golden rule number 2 is in a cross between a homozygous dominant individual and a homozygous recessive individual, the phenotype ratio expected in the F1 generation would be that 100% of the offspring would display the dominant phenotype. So in this example here we have 2 individuals, and one is homozygous dominant for the tongue rolling allele, so they have 2 capital T's as their genotype, and the second individual is a non-roller, so they have 2 lowercase t's as their genotype. If you performed this cross, well then you would see that every single offspring in the F1 generation would have the same genotype, big T, little t, which would mean that they would all be tongue rollers. Golden rule number 3, in a cross between 2 heterozygous individuals, the expected phenotypic ratio in the F1 generation would be 3:1. In other words, 75% of the F1 generation would expect to have the dominant phenotype, and 25% would be expected to have the recessive phenotype. Right, it's up to you now to work out what golden rule number 4 is. So this is involving a cross between a heterozygous individual and a second individual which is homozygous recessive. So there's an example here, crossing an individual that is heterozygous for the tongue rolling gene and homozygous recessive for the tongue rolling gene. Complete the genetic cross using golden rule number 1 and enter your answer in the box below.